Hello everyone. This is a piece I've been working on this week. I like to investigate intuitively of some of the places I've seen in my past along with the things I'm doing in the future and also the present. And I'm going to make one today here in the present that will kind of tap back into some of the things I've seen and some of the walks I go on. But I try to incorporate past, present, and future with just about every piece I do. So here we are back at this in my studio, and we're gonna very quickly start on another piece. And I'm gonna start off with acrylic ink, and I'm gonna let that drip down and try to manipulate that with water to begin with. And as we go through this video, I'll be talking about some of my thought processes and what I look forward to in terms of making art daily. I do encourage everyone to work every day a little bit. I know everyone's lives are busy, but if you can get in there and even spend 30 minutes doing something, I guarantee you it will make you feel better. For me, I think making art is sort of like medicine. I think I've talked about that in previous videos on my channel. But if I can't pick up art supplies during the day at some point, I feel off kilter, kind of out of sorts. So it always brings me back and balances whatever's in my mind, and I can go forward at that point. So I've gotten two colors on here. I'm going to use my plastic bottle, and I'm just going to make some sweeping gestures and no particular idea yet in my mind which direction I'm going. This piece I'm going to start off abstractly, but I'm going to work more towards representation at the end. So I'm always kind of balancing non-objective with some representation in terms of abstract making. And color is always a concern for me. If you've watched my videos, you know that I like to balance colors through contrasting them. Okay, now I'm going to pick up my bamboo reed pen, and I've shown this in other videos, and it's a great way to not only draw with, but also even scratch into the surface of whatever you're using. I'm going into the very wet acrylic ink I put down, and I'm just kind of making some streaking marks. If I keep these, I'm not sure yet, but I'm just kind of experimenting with the surface right now and trying to pick up some sort of idea that will bring me forward. I'm sticking with warm colors to begin with. I'll be bringing cool colors in pretty soon, but I'm just kind of swirling around here with the reed pen and seeing what I can come up with. The paintings I'm showing you today are sort of like mindscapes. And one time when I was living in Taiwan, my motorcycle broke down. I was out in the middle of nowhere, and a guy came along in a truck and was very kind to pick me up, put my motorcycle in the back of the truck, and took me to a mechanic, and then took me home. And I tried to pay him. He wouldn't accept anything. But the next day I went and got my bike, and much to my surprise, the same guy showed up just to make sure I was okay. So in a lot of my travels, I was always amazed at the kindness of strangers, and that's happened in so many places and in so many situations. So I've always been very mindful of that, and I'm hoping some of that kind of seeps into my work, because it is quite an amazing thing. It is a really kind world out there, I think, in many ways. And sometimes I think we forget that. Okay, now we're going to switch over to something different. I'm going to go into my coffee, and this is just for painting, and I'm going to spread some of the coffee onto the surface. I'm not really sure, once again, what I'm doing. I just know that the coffee will leave a stain, and hopefully that stain will lead me to something else. So it's kind of, when I do work, it's kind of like a pathway. I start with something, I add something else, and kind of a collage of the ideas that hopefully will come together. Sometimes it takes a while. I kind of let it come to me, but we'll see how this dries. Okay, here we are. It's dried, and I'm going to now start with some of the cool colors. I got my background with the warm colors. I'm going to bring in a couple of trees. So I'm going with just a really nice cerulean blue acrylic ink, and I'm going to bring some uh, Hooker's green into the mix as well, and let it kind of bleed into one another. And this is the part where, this is one part of a dominant image I'm adding to it. I want to keep the abstract background as much as possible. Let it kind of see through the transparencies in certain parts of the drawing I hope to have. And I'm going to bring another tree over here to the left. So the trees are hopefully going to kind of jump off the page to be the emphasized part of the piece. And I'm just going to continue adding limbs, trying to keep a certain part of rhythm going. I try to use as much vocabulary about the principles of design and elements as I can. So, you've got a little bit of emphasized trees, but also we're trying to go with curved lines and asymmetrical lines with the limbs, hopefully adding some rhythm to it. Okay, I'm going to bring in a water-soluble pastel, and I really like these. Once again, if you've seen my videos, I've often goes to these. It's kind of a go-to thing. You can keep it as a sketchy drawing, or you can paint with it, and it will turn into some sort of watercolor effect. But you can see I've scribbled quite a bit over here, just trying to bring some kind of shape. Hopefully, it resembles a bush, but that's my intention with the tree. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some rooftops. I've already gotten two sketched out here, but this is just done with acrylic paint. So I've worked with several mediums here in this video, but just using acrylic paint here. Here I'm going into the ground, bringing some slashing lines, hopefully bring some kind of texture into the bottom. And I'm using multiple colors here, acrylic and acrylic ink, along with even some acrylic marker brush pens. And this is the part of the painting that's the most fun. It's starting to come together now. I'm trying to get the non-objective abstraction in the background to work with the abstract surface and representation. So it is a balancing act. One of my most popular videos here is called Balancing Act, and you can look that up on my channel. But that's something I go through every single painting. It's always a balancing act when it comes to trying to work with color, shape, texture, all the principles of design. And I try to pack them all in to each of my compositions. Okay, and now I'm going to pull away and take a look at the piece. I don't think we're finished yet, but I want to let you see it as we get ready to end this clip. If you like the video, please comment, please subscribe, please like. I appreciate all of you viewers, and I hope you have a great week. See you next time. Bye.